welcome back to Lane Switching. We're here today at Viva Recording Studio, and I'm with an artist from the capital city. You may know him for, his previous work. He's been doing this since 2018, and he's got a new project on the way and much more, and we're going to get into it now. I'm with my guy here, Nathan. How you doing today, man?
I'm blessed. Thank you for the intro, man. I'm out here. I'm blessed to be here, for real.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm happy to sit down and have this conversation, and let's start right at the top. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing.
About my upbringing, born in the East, East Side, Blackburn, made music all my life, I guess. Just kind of in the East End, playing ball. I'm a Eritrean. That's my background. Yeah, I just always had a thing for music, and my brother made music a lot as well, so that kind of got me into it right away. Always trying to be like my big bro and shit. So fast forward, I'm in high school. My friends are just making music. We're all just freestyling. Like, we're all people that play ball and all that, but we just love to freestyle after, you know what I'm saying? Damn, this is all a blur now that I look at it, because I feel like I just got into the music.
Yeah.
But it was just so natural. I just started making music, and people just assumed because my brother made music that I would be like nice with it. And then now here we are, still in the city and going hard.
That's sick, man. That's super sick. Would you feel like it was almost a competition to outdo your brother when you got into the music? You were like, nah, I'm gonna be the best.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would always notice his strengths and weaknesses, and then I would always try to do better than him.
Mm-hmm.
And I always looked at my brother like the best rapper, but I didn't think I would ever surpass him. I just always tried to. And then I remember when I started, he's like, bro, you're way better than me when I was your age, And I'm like, nah, you just saying that, I guess. But it's true. I actually think like younger siblings like kind of surpass a lot of their older siblings because they see all of those things,
Yeah.
And shout out my bro, and he taught me everything I know. And it wasn't too much like competition, but it was like, deep down I was like, I want to be like, my brother,
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, bro.
And so for people who don't know, you started releasing on streaming platforms back in 2018.
Yep.
So it's been about 6 years now. And for first-time listeners, for people who've never heard of you and maybe never heard of your music, how would you describe to this point your music catalog?
It's deep. It's deep now. I left all my music up there as well. So my music catalog, you could actually hear me grow up. I was like, some of my music from 2018 is from when I was 16 years old. So by now you see the growth, and you also see my genres like evolving and the production elevating as well. Like from my first song, Problems, to like my third song, Too Late, and then to like 5 more albums after that, you kind of notice like, oh, this guy actually is like saying something now, like he's actually talking his shit. But overall, I feel like I'm very versatile, and it might confuse people, but it also might just please a lot of people, because you could dive into one project and it's R&B, you'll dive into another, some hip hop, some pop, like there's a bunch of everything in there. So overall, if you want to describe my catalog, I would say it's very versatile, and at this point it's about to be my 6th like project, so it runs deep, you feel me?
Yeah. So you could say you're a multi-genre artist.
Absolutely. People used to ask me like, yo, so you're a singer? And I'm like I guess, but like I'm just an artist, you feel me? Like I'm not even a rapper either. I guess like I'm just an artist all around. Yeah, definitely.
For sure. And when you started making music, you yourself, you just felt like you were an artist. You never felt like, oh, I'm a singer, I'm a rapper. It was just, I'm just going to dabble in everything and try it out.
Actually, I wanted to be a rapper. I actually really wanted to be a rapper. And a lot of my earlier songs, like Problems and all that, and the ones that didn't get to make it, I guess, were just like 16s. Like my brother was very like, yo, you need to be able to write a 16 verse, you know what I'm saying? 16 bar verse. And from there, I noticed I just had a nice voice, and I'm like, Like I really like T-Pain growing up too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my like, bro. T-Pain, best artist of all time. You feel me? And he's also the type where he got bars. You know what I'm saying? But no one's looking at T-Pain as a rapper, but
Mm,
he could spit. You feel me?
for
So
sure.
that's kind of where I open my eyes more, and I'm like, who cares? I don't have to prove that I'm a good rapper. I know I am. I don't need to prove I'm a good singer. I know I am. So it's like I'm just gonna get into whatever I want now. But before I did feel like I had to be like a little hard body for no reason, you know? Which was kind of in my head, but now we're here. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. And before you hinted at it a bit, talking about a new project, something big you have in the works.
Yeah.
Um, what is that new project? Maybe you could say the name of that project, and what's the concept behind it?
Ooh. Oh, okay. Those two are very big questions because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't said the name of the project.
Oh shit, eh?
But if we're gonna say the name of the project is This Time Around.
Nice.
And the concept behind the project is, this time around, I'm doing it all differently. You feel me? Like this time around, the self-doubt is out the way. This time around, toxic relationships out the way. This time around, confidence is coming. You feel me? Like discipline, action, done overthinking. You feel me? Like this time around, it's different. And that's pretty much what you're going to get. You're going to see me like kind of killing my older self and, grieving with it and then moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. I hope that's the message you feel when you listen to it. And it's also a really big project too. It's like 15 songs, so it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be
So
dope.
so what's the project called?
This time around, you feel me?
Sick, man. Sick. And
this time around.
speaking a bit about it, what have you noticed in yourself as an artist from when you began to now? What have you noticed where have you grown the most in your musical journey?
Where have I grown the most in my musical journey? I would say I've grown the most, honestly, more as a person rather than as an artist, I guess. I mean, they're hand in hand, but when you think of yourself as an artist, you gotta think about like what I make is based off my lifestyle, and through my lifestyle, I have to make the proper decisions, And I feel like biggest thing as a person or as a man now, I guess I've grown from is learning how to deal with trials and tribulations and not letting it affect the journey. If I'm upset, I'm gonna be upset. Like, and I'm
For
gonna
sure.
deal with it in the moment and then move on. But what I notice is like I used to dwell a lot on these like tough times, like really tough times, and I just think I know how to deal with obstacles a bit better now. So if I got something to do next week and something really bad just happened this week, like I'm not canceling next week no more. Like if the song's coming out or if there's something happening, I'm sticking to it. And I feel like I've grown a lot in that sense, and I think a big word would be discipline.
Yeah.
And I think it shows now as well, like through like just always on social media everywhere. Like we booked and busy now, like it's lit, So yeah, man.
And that's the thing is that like when you're making music, it's all about lived experiences. And you can't really talk about anything if you have nothing to talk about.
Yep.
And so you have to have those lived experiences, and then that will help you develop as an artist, as a human, whatever the case may be. But speaking on something you just said is when you feel you're having a slow month or even just a slow week, how do you stay motivated to continue your craft and not just to continue your craft, but actually to stay consistent and stay releasing?
Honestly, bro, Chaz, I don't know. It's kind of hard to. I don't know what this means because I haven't had a slow week in so long, man. But I do notice that whenever we get this opportunity, I'm like, ooh, this is nice. I can get a little comfortable right now. But then you're like, it screws me over in the end because you're a little rusty coming back to it. But like, for example, like we have the next few days off doing like pretty much nothing, but I can't afford to just get comfortable right now,
Yeah.
But when I used to have those slow weeks, man, like those slow weeks turn into months, and then now we're a year later, and I haven't dropped a song, and it's like, damn. But I I don't really know because the past 6 months, I don't think I've had a week off. Like it's been on go, bro. It's like
Yeah.
and sometimes I kind of start complaining. I'm like, dog, I'm so tired. I'm a little like bummed out because I haven't slept much and all that, and like it's been run around every day. But at the same time, it's a blessing because I'm literally busy doing something I really enjoy,
For
So
sure.
it's like no complaints over here for now. At least I just need to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. And that's sometimes important too, is, resting up and taking a step back. But, you know, when you're in it and when you're in motion, it's a lot easier to stay ready to then get ready when you have these big performances, these big, whether it's music videos, interviews, whatever the case may be. If you're already in it, then you're ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And speaking about doing different things when it comes to entertainment and media and stuff like that, if people go ahead and check your YouTube channel out, you have a few vlogs out now.
Okay,
A
this guy's
few,
watching, man.
for
Let's
sure,
go.
for sure.
Appreciate you,
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
no worries.
My guy. Thank
And
you.
so you got a few vlogs out. Was there ever a time where you considered, you know what, maybe music isn't for me. Maybe I'm going to be a content creator, or was content creation something that you feel like that's almost another title for you?
I would add it to the hat. I would add it to that many hats that we gotta wear as artists. Cause I got no problem with doing it, but I just need to make it clear on what I need to make it clear to the fans and to the people what exactly I'm selling,
Mm-hmm.
Cause like if I'm doing content creation, like this freaking word content, bro, I
Yeah.
can't even like say it without like, like, cause nowadays I'm just grabbing like real life moments on camera and posting it. Like that's just what it is, and I'm not really trying to force this whole content creation thing. Um, but I enjoy it when it comes naturally, like especially when like Chaz, my boy, is also my videographer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even know the camera's on sometimes. It's just like, oh, yo, look at
Yeah.
this. That's sick. But I don't mind. I enjoy it. I actually I want people to see, like, for example, the vlogs where I'm like setting up my home studio and it's just me in my basement. I'm like, man, I kind of wish like somebody was here. And I guess the way that I'll do that is just display it and post it.
Yeah.
Vlogs, no problem with it. I think you kind of have to show off your personality a little bit as well, because like like being a musician is more than just being a music maker. Um I bet your favorite artist, you actually enjoy them as a person.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Beyond, like, who was saying it? It was like, oh, we're not listening to like just songs that come up like just by chance. It's like, oh, the new Kanye album's out. The new this person's album is out. It's not just like, hey, did you hear this good song by, oh, it's Kanye. It's like, no, it's like, you're going to find that person's music. So I think it's important for every artist to get out of their shell and just show your personality. Like if you like gaming, if you like all that, like I like what I like, and I feel like if you like me for that reason and not the music, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm cool with that. I'm also a person too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
everyone thinks, oh, you got to be the best singer. I'm okay. I'm okay in that competition. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dope person in real life. So it's like, let's talk more about that. Like rather than, oh, it's all every day all about this music rating and all that stuff. It's like, I don't mind if you rate me as a person as well too. So that's cool.
Do you find I think just everything in life nowadays is a little oversaturated. There's a little bit too much social media. There's a little too much consumerism. There's, like you said, content. Like, it's kind of cringe now. It's kind of a shitty word nowadays. I think it was Metro Boomin tweeted something about it where it's just kind of like so played out.
So played out.
And unfortunately, I think that's, to do with, influencers in the past and in present day and stuff like that. But with you, it's just, do you find that when people come up to you and people are chatting with you in public, is it almost easier to just, because everyone has their artist name, right? is it almost easier to just like let your guard down and just be a human and talk person to person? Or do you always feel like when you're in a situation where people know you as Nathan NTHN, it's like you have to keep up this image, you have to keep up this certain, you know?
I really like that question, because for me, I think my artistry and me as a person align very closely. So most times you catch me on social media, it's really just who I am as a person. So I actually have no problem. Like I try to keep my guard down. If like people are acting Hollywood, I'm gonna be a little Hollywood too, you know.
Sure.
I got no problem with that. But overall, I just try to be me. Like it ain't gotta be that forced. If people want to talk like social media, like vocabulary and all that, it's just like, man, like, or just on, you know, it's like, bro, how's your day, man?
Yeah.
How's music after? You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? It's like that. So yeah, I think some people get too invested in that, but it's also people that are overthinking and probably in like a weird place with it. Because if you do it a lot, you almost don't want to deal with it when you're going out. You want to be yourself.
Yeah.
You want to actually go back to just living life and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
for sure. And you know, not to focus too much on numbers, but on streaming platforms, your biggest track is Too Late.
Yep.
Speaking a little bit about that, why do you think that track was so successful, and how did that song come together?
That song, bro, that was my third song, by the way, and it's still my biggest song somehow. I made that song. My parents used to own the bus station at Lincoln Fields.
Okay.
You're in the West sometimes too, right? Do you know Lincoln Fields?
Yeah, of course.
The little bus station in there. I was just working or volunteering, and I find this YouTube. I find this YouTube beat, and I'm like, oh, this is hard. And my boy was on the way, cause he just like had time to kill. We were super young, you know.
Yeah.
We're killing time. As soon as he gets there, I had a hook already, and it was like, don't wanna, there's like getting too late, yeah, you don't wanna sleep. And then he's like, bro, do the opposite. It's like, you don't wanna sleep, it's getting too late. And then we're just like, mind blown. I left it at the hook, went to LA, finished the rest, came back, just dropped it, and somehow it did like 2K in like the first day, and then it just slowly paced out. And then 2 months later, it just blew up, and there was no playlist, by the way. Like, just like natural. It was on like Rap Genius all of a sudden, or just Genius. I guess it's just called Genius. Yeah. But yeah, and I can't tell you exactly how it blew up because I had zero marketing dollars, like absolutely nothing involved in it. But it's one of those songs. I guess it was so natural making it, and one thing I want to touch on as well is like, it wasn't mixed properly at all as well, and I think that has something to do with it being like a song you feel, I guess, you know. Like some guy called me, he's like, bro, I just cried to this shit, you know. Like me and my girl broke up, I just cried to this, bro, thank you. And I'm like, I'm glad, you know. And I guess that'll always be his song to remember, you know, in that moment, I guess. But I think timing was a big one. And honestly, it's always the ones you don't expect, bro. That's what everyone says. And I didn't realize until it happened, but I remember I was just at university looking at the numbers, and then 2 months later it did like 20K in a day. And then the next day it's like 20, and then like 18, and then like 15. And then I'm like, nah, this is fake. I'm going to check. It's at like 20, 30 people listening right now. I'm like, this is unreal. Like, yeah. Anyways, I don't know how it happened, why it happened, but that's just
crazy. And do you feel like it was motivating to have so early on such a?
No, bro.
Not at all.
That sucked, bro. that made me not want to drop for so long, cause I'm like, dude, this is the maybe second or third song I've finished. You know what I'm saying? Most songs are just on my phone, and then when that blew up, I was like, what can I do after? I don't even have another song to drop. I don't have any experience on completing songs really, or a microphone or money to pay for studio time. I just knew that I had a song and I'm just gonna drop it, you know? So I think it took me like a year after to drop another song, and then it still did well, but I was still not trusting that I could do this for real. Cause I was also like, once again, like my third song, bro.
Yeah.
Like that sucked, bro. I remember being so like weirded out by it. And then I had to accept that this is the way it is. If you want to continue, this will mean nothing one day, and like you just can't dwell on the moment, you know?
No,
But
no, for
at the
sure.
same time, it should be motivational, but it just scared me a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Cuz I didn't know what to do next. So.
Well, and it totally makes sense because it's like you see someone who pops off very early in their career, and especially if you look back in, I guess, 2015 to 2019, that in between then the SoundCloud era, these people
Yeah.
were just dropping songs on SoundCloud, a
Mhm.
free place. They go super viral, but then they just kind of were bullshitting.
Mhm.
And then when it really comes down time to put pen to paper to put like a serious project out, they don't know how because they haven't had that experience. So you have these high expectations going in, and to reach that again is just so difficult when you don't know the blueprint. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly, bro.
And again, with just technology and music industry changing so much nowadays, like we're in such a different place than we were in the 2000s and 90s. Like life is just moving so much faster nowadays. When it comes to technology, whether it's creating the music, publishing the music, everything that comes with it, what do you feel are the pros and the cons to the music industry era we are in now?
It's like the I want to start off with cons.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess some cons would be like playing the algorithm game.
Mm,
That whole thing, like you made a post, you're ready to post it, and now it's like, oh, what time of day is best to post? Da, da, da. Oh, you search in Google, like, oh man, like that whole like influencer thing. I don't know. It gets to me sometimes.
tiring for sure.
Yeah, definitely tiring. And then now that like we're in the TikTok era and all that, I don't look at it as a bad thing, but I feel like everyone can just like make music now and all that, which is cool. You know, like those like videos you see where people are literally singing from their like their ear pods or whatever,
Yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah,
wired
yeah,
one.
yeah.
It goes hard too. Like I have no problem with a bunch of people making music, but it's tough, bro. This is a tough one. I don't really know how to answer that right now. Dog, that's tough. Pros? Pros? This is hard, man. What are the pros? I actually have I I don't have any pros for
No,
that.
that's totally fair. I mean, again, like we were saying earlier, it's a very oversaturated world nowadays. And
Yeah.
so really just getting yourself out there and people gravitating towards you and really it's a lot of time and a lot of effort.
I have a pro.
Sure.
Things are returning back to how it was before. Like, if 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 you're really popping nowadays, like a viral video doesn't mean too much.
Hmm.
Like, people go viral a lot, you know, but if you're popping nowadays, it's coming back to the real life shit. How many tickets are you actually selling? How
Facts.
many like how many people have you actually met in real life? And like the ownership of music is coming back, and vinyls are coming back. Like tangible things, you know, merch is coming back, you know. No, I'm playing. But yeah, I would say like the in real life thing has worked out a lot for me right now, and I think that's where I'm like trying to stay as well. Just being in people's faces, like literally, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
No, big time. And unfortunately, you see a lot of people where it's just like they have such success on social media with their
Mm-hmm.
music and everything like that, but you go to a show or something or whatever the case may be, and it doesn't reflect.
It does.
Especially nowadays, how easy it is to fake your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
fake your numbers and everything like that. You may go and see this person has 100,000 views on their latest reel, but they can't even pull 100 people into a show.
Exactly.
So it really is developing a new era of, if you're really outside and you're really connecting with people, you're going to go to the distance. If you're just staying within your comfort zone of that social media, it's not going that far.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? So for you, you're obviously on the move, constantly working, a lot more to come. But just for the people, what do you have planned for the future?
What do I have planned for the future? The album. What do I got planned for the future? Uh, just like evolving as a person, as an artist. It's never gonna end. So just know, like, for the people, if you're watching, like, I'm not gonna be the same person in a year from now, and 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I don't know where it's going exactly, but I just know that, like, the day job I got won't be there for too long.
For sure.
I'll be graduated from school as well, so I'm just out here fully. Um, but we'll see where it's headed, man. I just know it's a very bright future. The music will be full time very soon, and I'm gonna be having fun too. Just
Yeah.
know that, I'm gonna be having fun along the way. Um, that's what's kind of brought me back to staying so consistent. Is I found a way to bring it back to how it used to be, where it was just about making the music and doing all that. And now that the team is all in house and growing, I've had a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders, where I could just be having fun again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, that's great to hear. And, obviously we don't want to talk too much more about social media, but where
Yeah,
can the
you're good.
people find you on social media?
Y'all can find me at Nathan Solo, NTHN SOLO, all platforms. The music's just Nathan, but the solo is the addition part. You feel? But yeah, that's it. That's where y'all can find me.
That's sick, man. That's great. Again, thank you for sitting down. Thank you for having this conversation. That was the Nathan interview. Check him out on his socials. More to come from him. That was the Nathan interview. My name is DF2. That's Nathan. Peace, y'all.
One time.